we go again.
So Ace Kennedy, I've always thought that Taylor Swift was the white Beyonce, or not the white Beyonce, but Taylor Swift is to white people what Beyonce is to black people.
Yes, she very much moves the needle.
Very much moves the needle. But then I'm wondering, bro, is Taylor Swift better than Beyonce, bro? And I just been biased this whole time.
Charles, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I love Beyonce. I'm not as big a Beyonce fan as you are. But I'm only commenting off the last two albums that both women released. Taylor Swift album is better than Beyonce's album.
I'm not mad at this last Beyonce. If
Right,
this is
right.
my thing. This isn't the album that Jay-Z should be having this
100%.
thing.
And that's
So
what
I
I'm
get
saying.
that.
Yeah, that's the I understand your question, and I'm gonna get back to your question. But for the Grammy purposes, for this, if Beyonce's album was in against Taylor Swift's album, it wasn't better. And that means no disrespect for Beyonce's album, because I think that what Beyonce did was change. She's the artist who can change the way a sound happens, right? I personally didn't rock with it like that. We talked about it at length. But I do think when you have the Taylor Swift album and the way that it performed and what it was able to do, I do think it was a better product. With that being said, is Taylor Swift better than Beyonce? I just think they're two different artists. Like, it's hard for me to say that, but Taylor Swift moves the needle. Look, we got the biggest game in the NFL coming up this weekend, and people are worried if Taylor's gonna make it in time because she has a performance in Japan the night before.
Ace Kennedy, here's what I'm wondering. In wrestling terms, since we were talking about wrestling. Okay. Who I'm gonna tell you what, who are your, if you had to say your top three, not top five, who are your top three wrestlers of all time? Now, this is what I want to say. I don't want you to say top three who you like necessarily. When I asked this question, I mean, if you were writing the history of wrestling and someone said this is what the world would go by for the rest of life, for perpetuity, these are the top three wrestlers, and you had to pick them. Who are the three best wrestlers of all time?
Okay, best wrestlers or most popular?
No. Who are the best wrestlers of all time?
Okay, Shawn Michaels.
Now you can now listen. Now listen. You can include in the best popularity, skill-wise, talent, whatever. But at the end, however you want to, these three people are the best three according to Ace and what will be hereby deemed to be true for the rest of life. These are the three. Who?
No, that's not, because my list.
No.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give you my list.
I'm asking, give me the three. With that being said, who are the three best if we had to write it down for history purposes? And we were in years now, if we lost wrestling and the world changed and we wanted to revisit, somebody say, oh, this is it. This was the book. This is the book of Kennedy. Give me the three.
Hulk Hogan, The Rock, and John Cena.
And John Cena. Okay. So who's number one?
Hulk Hogan.
Who's number two?
John Cena.
Over The Rock.
Yes.
Okay. So then here's my thing. I ask you this.
This is why I say that. Hold on. Let me just quick little caveat. Because The Rock was also in the same space with Stone Cold Steve Austin. So those was 1A, 1B, whereas John Cena was in an era by itself to me.
Well, that makes for that reason, that's why I would put The Rock over John Cena.
I know you would. But
well, no, not just that. Because John Cena was in an era by himself, The Rock had high people popularity wise, and he still was the number one guy to that.
No, but I'm saying John
Respectfully, I
Cena.
get that.
I'm saying John Cena is to me the Hulk Hogan of that era because, like,
Okay,
I'm talking about the Make a Wish stuff, the
I get it.
popularity.
No, completely,
Yeah,
I get it. Here's where I'm going with that.
yeah,
Maybe, maybe I've been so jaded by black culture to not ever think until yesterday when I saw the Grammys that maybe Taylor Swift is Hulk Hogan and Beyonce is John Cena, and not that Beyonce is Hulk Hogan. Because I've never in my life considered a scenario that would allow me to believe that Taylor Swift was better than Beyonce, bro. Never.
it is. It
And
is.
now
Yeah,
it made me think that yeah, Beyonce has the most Grammys ever. But if every single time Taylor Swift is in a category with Beyonce for album of the year and she wins it, then that I can't that has to stand for something though, right?
it does. It does have to stand for something. And and to be honest, if you were gonna go that comparison, I think that you would then make The Rock number two, only because to black people, The Rock is the greatest wrestler, right?
Yes.
Right? And to us, but we know that to everybody, Hulk Hogan is the guy.
Right.
And that's what
So
Taylor
so
Swift
so
is.
so that's what I'm wondering. Cause see, this is my thing. I just this is the only reason why. Okay. The only thing I don't know, the reason why I think I've always found it hard to say that or give Taylor Swift that is because I don't know if Beyonce is popular to white people, but I don't think that Taylor Swift is as popular to black people either, right? And if I'm immersed in black culture the way that I am, when I say immersed in that musically, to me, it's R&B, hip hop, gospel for me, and then everything else is kind of sprinkled in. I listen to a little country, little pop, little rock and roll, but predominantly those three things. And so when I look at that, and in my world, that's what music sounds like to somebody else. I just wonder if white people also see Beyonce. I'm sure they don't necessarily see Beyonce like black people do, but I don't know how they see Beyonce though.
It's not the same for them. Like,
I know it's not the same, but I wonder how is it? Like I think that maybe this whole time that I've been thinking that Beyonce is Hulk Hogan, but maybe Taylor Swift is Hulk Hogan.
mhm.
And if Hulk Hogan, if you're saying that, if we're saying that, then that makes Taylor Swift the better artist.
That's why I said Beyonce is The Rock, because it's an argument. It's not fact. Like,
I get it, I get it. But here's my thing about it. In the end, they both said I'm going to assume I don't know how many albums Taylor Swift sold or what I don't know their album sales in comparison. But what I am
yeah,
saying is that if you're telling me that both of them have boatloads of Grammys, but anytime they're up for album of the year, Taylor Smith is if this is a 40 piece, right? This is a sweep. And I know some great Beyonce albums, right? I got some of my favorites. But if you're telling me though that Taylor Swift is cleaning the clock with these, bro, I can't. I can't be somebody who records mean something to me and not include that, bro.
yeah.